Well, hello everybody, Laura Trotter here, and thank you so much for joining me on this webinar tonight, where I'm going to be taking the lid off my green cleaning toolkit to show you what's inside. Now, before we get started, I just want to make sure that everything is working okay, because I had some tech issues on the one I did this morning. So before I even start or go chatting, I just would love it if you could just type in the text box just to the right of your screen. If you can hear me, that would be really good. And I'm just going to double check that the screen on my test screen, I can see everything's coming up. So that's great. So yeah, just type in the screen if you can hear me. And I'll just let you know a couple of housekeeping tips before we get started too. So that text box will be open throughout the webinar. So you can type any questions or comments in there, and I'll make sure that I get to as many of them in the questions section towards the end of the webinar. And yeah, just to let you know that there's a 30-second delay from when you type your question to when I talk to when you hear me. So basically, yeah, just bear in mind if you're asking questions and chatting a lot towards the end of the webinar, it's taking me a little bit to get to your question. That's usually because there's a 30-second delay from after I talk. Now, I will just check if you can all hear me. Yeah, don't be afraid to type. Yep. Cool, I can hear. I've got a couple of confirmations there. And just checking. Yep, just making sure people are entering every few seconds or so. Everyone's still coming in. So I'll keep chatting then. So basically you're in for a real treat tonight, as I plan to just give you a sneak peek inside my green cleaning toolkit. And I'm going to show you the exact products I use to clean my home, my 10 favorites, that is. And I'll also share some of my best tips for using each product so you can get started right away. Okay, and I'd also just do a little bit of warning too. I'm just to help you get the best user experience out of the webinar tonight, be sure not to be downloading any large files, particularly just large files off the internet, because that will slow your connection down, and it takes a lot of oomph to stream a live video such as a webinar. So you know, if you're downloading a lot of other things or working at the same time, just try and keep that to a minimal, turn it up. Otherwise, you might find that you'll lose the slides and things like that. So you might hear me, but you won't see the slides. So just make sure that everyone's not downloading heaps of stuff off the internet in your house. All right, but let's just get started anyway. Okie dokie. So this is what we're going to cover tonight. Firstly, I'm going to give you a little background on why you need to overhaul your cleaning routine. Then I'll be lifting the lid off my home detox toolkit, I'm going to call it, although most people will relate more to green cleaning. So I'm going to show you what's in my green cleaning toolkit, plus my best tips to use them. And for those of you who really want to dive in and learn a lot more on this topic, I've got a special offer for you tonight. And we'll have some questions as well. Great, so let's dive in. For those of you who haven't followed me for very long, or you may have just signed up to the webinar today not even knowing who I am, I just want to give you a quick background to myself, because you may be wondering, just who is this girl and what does she know about chemicals and cleaning and running a household? Basically, what do I know about all this? So I just want to put your mind with ease and tell you a little bit of background to me. So I'm an environmental engineer, and I started studying environmental engineering 21 years ago. So this is actually me in my first year out of university in 1999, that is, down on the Derwent River in Hobart, Tasmania, working at a really large zinc smelter there as an environmental engineer. So part of my job was basically monitoring the impact of the 100-year-old smelter's activities on the environment and the surrounding communities. And I learned an awful lot about chemicals in this job. I was measuring things like sulfur dioxide in the air, out in the suburbs of Hobart, a lot of dust and metal concentrations like particulates, like dust that's fallen out of the air. Also measuring groundwater quality in and around the site, measuring the water quality in the Derwent River, sediments as well, and even I got to go fishing on the job and analysing all metal concentrations in fish. So basically, I worked a lot analysing and monitoring the impact of the site, which is typically what a young environmental engineer does, particularly in the first few years out of university before you get bogged down in all the reporting and the analysing and all that, although I did that as well. After about a year, I moved up to a brand new, with the same company, a brand new zinc and lead mine in northwest Queensland, again working in the environmental field alongside a lot of Indigenous Australians to make sure that this really large mine in remote northwest Queensland near the Northern Territory border, and basically ensuring that the mine and a 300-kilometre slurry pipeline and the port and shipping operations in the Gulf of Carpentaria also operated well within their environmental obligations. It was during this time I started studying my Masters of Science in Environmental Chemistry. So I was just living and breathing chemistry all the time. If I wasn't sampling something at work and talking with labs and sampling stuff, I was studying it on my days off when I wasn't catching up with friends and getting bogged down in sampling and in the lab work, and then eventually writing my thesis. So during this time, I was working really long hours and days, so things like 13, 14-hour days, 14 days in a row at times, and this remote site, and then coming out on my days off. And I was not only exhausted, but I was suffering from chronic migraines. So I was, and this photo was actually taken about 2000, early 2001, where my health was really not great. I was having migraines a lot of the time and just generally not happy. And I was only like 23, 24. I should be really having the time of my life. So that was really when I started on my health and cleaning up journey. So I didn't eat too badly, but I was drinking things like some diet soft drinks. And so I basically cleaned up my whole diet to a whole foods diet, and I got rid of basically a lot of synthetic chemicals in and around my environment. So a lot of cleaners and things like that. And over time, I really reduced my migraines from weekly to about more like 1 or 2 a year, and started to reclaim my quality of life. I obviously graduated from my Masters of Science, and I moved to Outback, South Australia to join my then boyfriend, and that was 11 years ago. So I took a senior environmental engineering role at the really large industrial site here, Olympic Dam, and I worked there for 5 years with a team of engineers and scientists under me, monitoring and managing the largest industrial site in Australia. Was at that time too, we were trying for a family, and I was really, again, taking my toxin-free journey a lot further and just really getting rid of a lot of synthetic chemicals in our home, just to try and improve our chances of conceiving, and not just conceiving a healthy baby as well. So we finally had our beautiful first son in 2009, and I decided that I didn't want to go back to corporate world and work in that male-dominated, very high-powered environment anymore. I want to stay home with my baby, but still stay true to my passions of environmental management. And so I created my very first online eco business, Sustainababy. And I've run that for 6 years now, working alongside a lot of new mums and helping them live more sustainably and healthier lives and bring their children up healthy. But it's predominantly a retail business, and I've sold that on so I can focus on my education programs and my new online home at lauratrotter.com, where I talk all things eco. And I've got a couple of programs out there, my Greenhouse Home Energy Blitz, which really backs off my strength and my experience as a home energy auditor, and helps people really slash their home energy consumption and their bills in the process. And of course, my Home Detox Bootcamp, my premium offering, where I really help people break up with toxins in their home. So that's me in a nutshell. I basically have been obviously in the online world for a few years now, and here are just some of the places I've either blogged or been featured. And yeah, basically I have my weekly Eco Chat segment on ABC Radio 639 North and West South Australia every Tuesday. And I've also been featured on I Quit Sugar and 1 Million Women and Pinky McKay, Australian Breastfeeding Association, to name a few. And I'm a very regular contributor to Nurture Parenting magazine, as well as My Child magazine, just to name a few. So I have been all over the web talking about eco living. So to say the least, I'm truly obsessed with all things eco, and that's why I'm really excited to share some of my best secrets with you tonight that you can apply to your home to ensure it's a safe, healthy, and eco-friendly place to bring up your children or grandchildren if you're listening with grandchildren. These are strategies I use in my own home, and they work. All right, so before I go into the background of why I strongly believe we need to overhaul our home cleaning routines, I'd love to know just how many commercial cleaning and pest control products you think you have in your home. So this is over to you. Type in that chat box. Basically, how many you think you have? Do you think you've got 10 or 20 or 30 or 40? Who knows? I'm also interested to hear just where you are on your home detox journey. Are you using 100% commercial cleaning products? Are you using some eco cleaners or what you think might be eco cleaners? Have you dabbled with microfibre cloths and cleaning gloves? Let's see where we're all at the moment. And of course, this is a judgment-free zone. We're all at different stages of breaking up with toxins, and that's totally, totally okay. So pop your answers in the chat box and I'll check back in after a slide or two. Now, before you think that there may not be many synthetic chemicals lurking in your home, just take a quick look at these common cleaning products and pest products and their active ingredients. So we've got Windex and Morning Fresh and Harpic, which has got hydrochloric acid, the main one, Domestos, which is sodium hypochlorite and sodium hydroxide, Handy Andy, Mr. Sheen, Mr. Muscle, Sard Wonder Soaker, Dynamo Laundry Liquid, Ajax Spray and Wipe, Easy Off Oven, and White King. Now, oven cleaner is actually one of the worst ones there with sodium hydroxide. So these are really the products that if you just open a typical cupboard in a typical, I guess, Australian or anywhere around the world, really Western country, you will find most products very similar to these. But do you really want to live with all these, you know? Why do I strongly believe we need to overhaul our cleaning routines? Well, basically because strict health and safety policies manage the exposure of industrial workers to chemicals, but in a household context, chemicals are often used in and around young children, mainly by women who may be pregnant or breastfeeding. So there's a risk that safety precautions may not be taken at a household level to the same degree as in an industrial setting. And this image here is just a classic example. Like, you know, the mum's obviously just doing some cleaning and she's got her gloves on and blah, blah, blah. But then obviously her preschooler wants to come up and get involved as well, as they do. But where's the gloves for her daughter? You know what I mean? So, you know, we don't often take as much care in and around our homes. So this is a pretty important slide. Once a toxic substance has contacted the body, it can either have an acute, which is an immediate effect, or chronic, which are long-term effects. So for example, spilling acid on your hand will cause immediate harms, like that's a burn to the skin. Exposure to asbestos or tobacco smoke, on the other hand, may result in lung cancer after as much as 20 odd years. So that is a long-term or chronic effect. So acute side effects of many household chemicals, if not handled with care, may include skin and eye irritation, vomiting, eye damage, respiratory tract irritation, and headache, which is really common. Chronic side effects may not be known, but it's not, sorry, just back on acute, it's not even just headache, it's just that dizziness that you can get when you're cleaning. And I've suffered that myself. So if I was in the shower and cleaning with a chlorine-based product, and just those fumes just really making me get a bit giddy, yeah, that's a common impact as well. So chronic side effects may not be known, and the scary thing is that long-term studies have not been undertaken for many household chemicals. Despite that, though, chemicals used regularly in the home add to the overall chemical load on our bodies, and their impacts can be cumulative. And it's suspected, and indeed many studies have linked common household chemicals found in cleaning products to infertility, immune issues, migraines, spectrum disorders, asthma, cancer, obesity, and yeah, sorry, at the end, cancer there, I guess the big one out of all of them. So as a modern human is exposed to more and more chemicals in our surrounding environment and diet than any generation previous, it really is vital that we endeavour to make our living environment as toxin-free as possible. That's just some of the health impacts, but let's just chat about environmental costs, because our environment is really paying the price for our love affair with synthetic chemicals, big time. So many modern cleaning agents are made from petrochemicals, which is a non-renewable resource. Well, so petrochemicals are generally made from oil. or petroleum-based products. So each different product we use has been also manufactured, transported to market, used, flushed down our drains, and then more often than not, the container disposed to landfill. So it's not just that impact, there's also a lot of other environmental impacts with using synthetic chemicals in cleaning and even beauty products. And a great example in beauty products is the microbeads in beauty and cleaning products. And they've gained a lot of exposure lately for the widespread harm that they cause, particularly to aquatic life in our oceans, but likewise for the ongoing issue of just plastic overall in our environment, which accumulates up the food chain. And we're part of that food chain as well. So we're often eating, fish or animals that have consumed microbeads or larger bits of plastic and stuff like that. And plastics contain, a lot of nasties, and particularly endocrine disrupting chemicals like phthalates and bisphenols and things like that. So while the influx of eco cleaners in recent years has been really welcome, often these companies market a wide array of products that may not be, one, as eco as you think, or two, they might be really good and really eco, but in terms of, I guess, they companies are still wanting to get big profits, so they're doing a much larger range than you actually need. So you might be buying 8 or 9 or 10 products when you really only needed 1 or 2 that could have done most of those jobs. Okay, so the key is education and a shift back to some home thrift strategies of times gone by. Okay, so quickly just on the benefits of natural cleaning products. Number one, obviously they're healthier. Green cleaning products are safer and less toxic than their commercial counterparts. They're generally concentrated or purified forms of naturally occurring minerals or materials. They also tend to be more economical. So many green cleaning products are cheap, standard household items. So these ones are more referring to things like a pure soap or a white vinegar or Bi-Carb, baking soda, or even washing soda, or citric acid. They're readily available and they're very economical. They're a lot more economical than buying a premium eco product. So they're also a lot more environmentally friendly as well. So green cleaning products generally produce less waste because they're generally packaged with a lot more thought, and they can be used for generally a whole multitude of functions, meaning that you can replace an entire cupboard of commercial cleaning products with just 1 or 2 greener varieties. Another thing too, they often result in leaving the wastewater leaving our homes a lot healthier as well. And you can use a lot of these sort of products in the septic tank. So for example, if you're cleaning your toilet and you're using a commercial bleach or something, you can really upset your septic system. But if you're using a more of a natural product like eucalyptus oil or tea tree oil, your septic system isn't going to fall over because of that. All right, so just one note that I do want to make though is that natural products are still chemicals. So many of them, particularly the concentrated essential oils, should be treated with the same caution that you would commercial cleaning products. So yes, they're naturally derived, but they can still cause harm if not handled correctly. So for all of these, particularly essential oils, you want to keep them out of reach of children and check the safety guidelines for use if pregnant. Okay, so let's just check into the chat room and see where you are all at on your green cleaning journey so far. Cool. Oh, we're not too chatty tonight. Jenny, addicted to bleach. Thanks. I love your honesty. And yeah, so many people are. And indeed, that was my go-to product. Let me think, maybe about, 15 years ago. So before I really started doing all this, even a bit longer than that. So 15 years ago, around about the year, probably 98, 99. Yeah, because bleach, we are marketed to that. It's that, it kills and cleans everything, but in effect, often it doesn't. It just bleaches it, so you can't see it. Cool, 10. So Jenny reckons she's got about 10. Joanne reckons you've got too many. And so Eco Store brand and Earthwise I now have moved to as well. Yeah, Eco Store is generally pretty good. And Earthwise, I know that name. I'm just trying to picture it. I can't think of it. You're not seeing. And Jenny, yeah, it's so easy to be, but causes loss of smell. Yes, it does. Chemical bleach does. Cool. So we're not too chatty tonight, but that's all right. Just pop, feel free to pop comments in the chat room and questions, and I'll make sure we'll chat towards the end a bit more too. All right. So it is like obviously I know some of you still got some chemicals in your home, and that's totally fine. And it is normal. Don't believe me. Just the fact that you're listening here tonight shows that you're a lot more aware than the average person, and you're making a great start. So now, though, I'd like to lift the lid on my green cleaning toolkit and show you my favourite products. Let me know if there's any surprises here. So, and hang on, I'm just going to have a mouthful of tea first. So my second webinar today, and my voice is getting a bit tired. I have a 3-year-old who talks non-stop, so I don't get to talk as much. All right, so my top 10 products, and I'm just going to show you quickly here, and then we'll go into a bit of detail. So pure soap, like a nice Castile soap, so liquid and solid I use. Obviously the white vinegar, Bi-Carb soda or baking soda. Washing soda, which is sodium carbonate as opposed to sodium bicarbonate of the baking soda. Citric acid, microfibre cloths, and essential oils. And if you tuned into my webinar last week, you will know how much I love essential oils. Okay, so let's chat about pure soap. It actually is the original general purpose cleaner. Soap is very good at cleaning, particularly washing your hands. Even a lot of those antibacterial soap, liquid soap washes and things like that, they don't work any better than a nice pure soap. So soap has had a bit of a bad rap about it being, it won't dry your skin like soap can and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that might be a synthetic soap, but a good quality, pure, natural, nourishing soap like a Castile soap is very nourishing for your skin. And a goat's milk soap is even more nourishing because its pH is the same as human skin. Okay, but in the cleaning, I was digressing a little bit, in a cleaning capacity, it's great as well. It also biodegrades completely in the environment, unlike a lot of synthetic detergents that are typically high in nitrogen and phosphorus and can contribute to a process like a problem called eutrophication or algal blooms and things like that in our waterways. Pure soap can form the basis of laundry powder, laundry liquid, wool wash, dishwashing liquid, hand cleaner, body wash, and more. It's very versatile in your home. So white vinegar, another powerhouse cleaner. It's a weak acidic acid that's effective at killing bacteria and removing stains from a wide range of surfaces. Its acidity makes it effective for killing most bacteria, and it's fantastic for removing stains as well. It's also, one of my favourite uses, is great for cleaning windows and also just using as a multi-purpose spray. So if you think back to, I guess, one of the most common products in a home is just a window cleaner. You can replace that very easily just with a mixture of, half white vinegar to water. Okay. Moving right along, number 3 is baking soda or Bi-Carb soda or sodium bicarbonate. So it cleans, it's a safe, a pure product that cleans, deodorizes. It also softens water, and it's a really good scouring powder. So by that I mean it's good at, it's like you can make a rough thing and it helps to pick up grime. So if you've got a really grimy bath, you can just have a wet sponge and pour some dry Bi-Carb soda on it and wipe around that rim of the bath, and it should just lift straight off. It's great for cleaning the oven as well, or deodorizing, even deodorizing carpets. And if you've ever burnt your saucepans, like you've stuck your feet on the saucepans, just soak them overnight in water with some Bi-Carb in it, and in the morning it should all just lift off very easily. But yeah, also I've said great for deodorizing carpets, just absorbing smells in general. So whether that's popping in a cloth nappy bucket or putting a dish in your fridge to absorb smells, very effective, or just a couple of teaspoons even in your rubbish bin. All right, washing soda, sodium carbonate. So this is a really great water softener that's also fantastic at removing grease, oil, and even wine stains. It's awesome in the laundry, now using it in stain soakers and laundry powders and liquids, and in the kitchen as well, particularly in the dishwasher I use it. Now, getting back, if you think back to number 1, and I was talking about pure soap as being an awesome, awesome cleaner, soap does have some limitations, and it has those limitations if you have hard water in your home. So that's Hard water is where your water doesn't lather very well, and it's typically high in calcium and magnesium ions. So what washing soda does, when I says it softens water, it basically makes the water softer so it can lather a lot better, and soap can then lather and get that surfactant action and the cleansing action, particularly in the laundry. If you are just using soap in hard water, you can form what's called like an insoluble soap scum. So if you were washing just with soap flakes, for example, in a hard water environment like, I guess, Perth, you could get that soap scum and it just deposits on your clothes and it's pretty grungy and yucky. But if you're adding washing soda to the mix, so you're softening the water, and then the soap can work properly and you're not getting that soap scum. So yeah, that's what I mean by softening the water as well. All right, number 5, citric acid. Now it's found naturally in citrus fruits, and it's great for tackling mold, bacteria and mildew, and for removing soap scum, hard water stains, calcium deposits, lime, and even rust. And my favourite use for citric acid is actually on really, really stubborn stains, particularly in something like a toilet bowl. So if you've used everything in that brush is just not removing that slimy scum that can get at the bottom of a toilet bowl, I do like a really deep cleanse with citric acid and let it sit for a good 12 hours overnight. And then in the next morning, you can just you'll find that scum just lifts. All right, microfiber cloths. So quality microfiber cloths really have to be seen to believed. So use dry. They're really great at lifting dust from a range of surfaces. And used wet or just damp, they go into cleaning mode, loosening and lifting stubborn dirt and debris without the need for chemicals, obviously just water. So I use them in my home, and I obviously use them for dusting. Not that I dust all the time, but when I do dust, I use microfiber cloths, and I use them actually just for wiping down the wooden chairs at the table, because my kids have put their sticky mitts on the backs of all the kitchen chairs, and a microfiber cloth can just lift them up. No worries. All right, and the last 4 are essential oils in my top 10. And my top, last week I spoke about my 5 favorite oils, but tonight I've got them even further down to 4. So essential oils, if you're not aware, they are concentrated extracts typically from plants. They're fabulous. A lot of them, particular varieties, are fabulous at disinfecting surfaces and purifying the air as well. So my top 4 are eucalyptus, lemon, clove, and a Young Living Thieves blend. Or if you're a doTERRA fan, they've got a similar blend called On Guard. So I believe that's pretty similar. So yeah, I use eucalyptus oil a lot around the home, but more often than not, I use it in the toilet. It's a great disinfectant, and it's biodegradable, and it's great. It's okay going down into the waterways as well. Floors and a lot in the kitchen, I use lemon because it's great with grime. And if I've got any areas of mold in the home, clove's my number 1, but it's also great for deterring moths and other things as well. And the Thieves blend is it's just great at everything. It's great to just diffuse it, and it helps clean the air because it kills a lot of mold spores or bacteria and stuff floating around in the air, viruses. But it's also good at just, it lifts the grime, permanent marker stains, things like that. But it's very good on your oven as well, as opposed to using that nasty sodium hydroxide, easy oven cleaner. Okay, so there you have it. My top 10 must-have products that you need in your home detox toolkit. So as you've obviously cottoned on, I am really, really passionate about this topic, and I could talk about it for a long time. But obviously we don't have that much time tonight, even though my slides are racing ahead on me. But I just want you to think about, and you can type into the chat box as well, what would it mean to you if you, 1, never had to walk down that stinky laundry aisle in your supermarket ever again? 2, how would it be if you were able to maintain a clean and healthy home without using harsh, toxic cleaners that are causing you and your family, not to mention our environment, harm? And what would you do with the hundreds of dollars you'd save each year by not buying commercial cleaning products? Because I've helped so many people break up with their products now, and many of them are saving just a few, hundreds of dollars even a month. Now, what would it be like if you could create this with ease? How would you feel? Because I do have a great offer that I'd love to share with you now, and it is my flagship program, the Home Detox Bootcamp. Now, we all know that our homes, our very own living environment, it's not the right place for toxic chemicals. And yet there's new products all the time that promise the world, yet don't tick the boxes for our own health and that of the environment. And that's why I created this baby. You know, it's the ultimate course for you to break up with toxic chemicals in your home and create the chemical-free living space that you desire and deserve. So green cleaning is what obviously we've been talking about tonight, but it's just one aspect of creating a toxin-free home. And in the Home Detox Bootcamp, I share all of my home detox secrets with you, including topics just like risks associated with plastic and how to reduce your exposure, household dust, how to improve your indoor air quality, how to detox your personal and beauty care, and even we touch on electromagnetic radiation in the homes and what's the go with all that. So this boot camp, it's truly unique, and I know you're going to love it because everyone that's gone through has loves it. They've given me so much great feedback since I've been running it for the last couple of years. But without me babbling on more on this slide, let me dive in and show you what's in it. So it is an 8-week program, and obviously the modules are dripped out over the 8 weeks. So the first one is Healthy Home and Chemistry 101. It's a really nice core over it's the introductory model basically. So we talk about chemicals in context, health and environmental impacts of common household chemicals, and some of the natural alternatives. But you've already got a heads up because you know some of them tonight. Module 2 is laundry. So really dive into that working room of the house. I show you all about the chemistry of washing clothes, stain prevention and removal, and you'll be making all your natural laundry cleaners this week if you choose to. So things like your laundry powder and liquids, your wool mix, fabric softeners, stain soakers, stain removal sprays. Week 3, we head into the kitchen, and we cover all things about germs in the kitchen, our love affair with plastics. You'll be making all your own natural kitchen cleaners, and we've got a couple of bonus masterclasses in this week by naturopath Jessica Donovan. We really talk about, eating real food and getting rid of some of the synthetic chemicals in our food. So Bill Statham also does a masterclass in this week as well. So he's the author of The Chemical Maze. He's one of the guest experts to the Home Detox Bootcamp. In Module 4, we tame your bathroom and toilet, and we really go into some of the problem issues that are found in these rooms, but particularly all about mold and how to remove it without chlorine bleach. And some other natural alternatives you can use to clean your bathroom and toilet. Module 5 is really the module where everything fits in that doesn't quite fit into the other modules. So it's basically all those general housekeeping jobs around the home. So cleaning windows, floors and walls, electrical contamination from Wi-Fi, for example, and electronics. And I cover household dust in a lot of detail and indoor air quality and what you can do to improve yours. Because indoor air quality has actually been ranked in the top 5 risks to public and environmental health. Because we're spending so much time indoors these days. Oh, and also we've got a bonus masterclass by healthy home expert Nicole Belsma in that week. Module 6, we really look into pest control and the toxicity of commercial pest control products and some natural alternatives. And you'll be making some of them, including your own personal insect repellent. And Module 7 is all about, personal care and beauty. We look at what we're feeding our skin and our hair and our nails, natural alternatives for personal care products. And we've got a bonus masterclass that week by natural beauty therapist Jodie DeCorrado. And the last week, we really look at setting yourself up for success. So the safe and correct disposal of chemicals you no longer need, and tips on how to manage the temptation to return to old habits. Okay, so it wouldn't be a fantastic program though if I didn't include some really good bonuses. So first, you get lifetime access to the program. So once you invest in Home Detox Bootcamp, it's yours for the lifetime of the course. Now, what this means is that it's not like a lot of typical courses that you might buy online where you might have 4 weeks to do it or 6 weeks to do it, and then you lose access to all the membership site and all the materials or the Facebook forum or things like that. This basically means you've just got the joining fee and then that's it. You can stay in the forum for as long as you want and you will have access to the membership site and all the content and all the free updates. So every round I typically might bring on another new guest expert or two, or I'll be updating materials depending on new studies that have been done. or new research findings. So you just get access to all of that as time goes by. You'll also get direct support from myself, from the community of even the alumni, people that have gone through home detox before, and the guest experts as well. Plus a couple of extra goodies. So the SOS stain guide, which is really like every single stain you can get on clothes. You just look up that and there's different natural alternatives to getting rid of them. And the researchable recipe index, which is housed in the membership site. Okay, now I spoke about contributors, and these are the 5 that we've got at the moment, but I've got 2 new ones on this round. I just haven't added them. There wasn't any room on this slide. So we've got Dr. Natasha Andriadis, a fertility expert and gynecologist and endocrinologist. So she really helps talk about, I guess, how chemicals are impacting our genes or getting in the way of helping to create healthy babies. Jessica Donovan, naturopath and founder of Energetic Mama. Bill Statham, a health researcher and best-selling author of The Chemical Maze. Jodie DeCorrado from Jolly Natural Skincare. And Nicole Belsma, so building biologist, best-selling author and founder of the Australian College of Environmental Studies. Oh, but as I said, we have a couple of new ones. So this round would have basically Sarah from the Australian Soap Kitchen. We're talking all about how to make your own pure natural soaps. And also have a natural deodorant expert, Erica Brook, talking about when we're moving towards natural deodorants. Often our body can go through a bit of a detox process. So she'll uncover that and how to ride that out or what you can do to help that process. Okay, so what are people saying? So Amanda McLeod says she absolutely loved this course and have recommended it to anyone who's wanting to listen. The course is practical and the changes once implemented are very easy to adhere to. Once you've embraced the home detox way of life, you'll never look back. Okay, so I want to ask you, what should this program cost? Because when I was putting the program together, basically 2 years ago now, I surveyed my following at the time and over 100 people answered. And I said, what would you pay for this program? What do you think it's worth? And so many of them said in the high 400s. They said, basically because of everything you're proposing that you're going to include and your experience and training and all the how-to, yeah, that's a fair price. But what I wanted to do was that I wanted to make sure it was available to anyone that really wanted to dive in. So I decided to charge $349 for this course. So that's $349 for lifetime access in the custom-built membership site and closed Facebook community, and access to all the modules, workbooks, videos, recorded training slides, recipes, bonus e-guides, guest expert contributors, and me. But the really good thing is that I wanted to make it a no-brainer for you to sign up and get the eco-friendly, healthy home you deserve. So for a limited time, I'm offering the Home Detox Bootcamp at the low early bird special of $249. Now that's $249 Australian. So if you are in the US, that works out to be roughly $175 US. So now, basically this early bird special, it's only around for another 24 hours though if you're live on this call. So it will end at 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, the 18th of February. Now, I appreciate that this still may be a stretch for some, so there is a payment plan available where you can pay monthly. And yeah, just to try and make it really easy for you to dive in and join me. So what people are saying. So this is Trina. So she joined Home Detox a couple of rounds ago, and she said, when I saw the free dishwasher powder on Laura's free home detox sheet, I had to try it. To my absolute surprise, it worked, and it worked brilliantly. The dishes were clean and the kitchen smelled amazing, fresh and lemonly. And she decided then and there that she had to join the boot camp. So she worked out how much she was spending on dishwasher tablets a year and how much the dishwasher powder would cost. And the savings on the dishwasher powder alone more than paid for the course. And she paid full price. And that doesn't even include all the other changes and she made in her home and all the other savings there. Okay, so here's the deal. You'll need to go to homedetoxbootcamp.com to register for this round of Home Detox Bootcamp. And to take advantage of the early bird special where you can save $100, you need to join today or tomorrow. So that's, as I said, by 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Thursday, the 18th of February. Okay. Okay, so another home detox graduate, Jodie Wakefield, says, I could not highly recommend the Home Detox Bootcamp enough. My family is benefiting from improved health, including that my children's eczema has disappeared, which has been a very long road for us, and improved sleep. I've also noticed huge cost savings and less dependency on the grocery store. Our life has been enriched far, far beyond replacing household products. And Lauren says, the course has provided me with the knowledge and the tools to make my home a beautiful, healthy place. The value for money is exceptional and Laura's guidance is amazing. Finding Laura and her Home Detox Bootcamp was one of the best days of my life. I can't thank her enough for all her time and effort. By the way, I didn't pay these people to say these nice things about me, and they're not related to me either. So this is straight out of their mouths. So here's another great thing about Home Detox Bootcamp. When you invest, you have my personal 21 days money back guarantee. So meaning you can try out the course, and if you're not loving it, you can get your money back so long as it's within the first 3 weeks. No questions asked at all. Now you might be asking, okay, Laura, who's this training actually for? So if you're concerned about your children's exposure to chemicals in your home, or just in the general environment, and you want to reduce it, and like you can start by reducing it in your home because that's an area that you do have control on, or worried about even your exposure, then this course is a perfect fit for you. Maybe your children have eczema, asthma, dermatitis, or even ASD, and you just want to reduce the chemical load on their little bodies, then this course is a no-brainer for you as well. Perhaps you would like to reduce your family's waste and reduce your grocery bill, or you'd like to reclaim some cupboard space and reduce the number of commercial cleaning products in your home. And Home Detox Bootcamp definitely helps you achieve that. Or lastly, you might just be an environmental or health professional and you're all over the why you should do this. You just haven't gotten around to figuring out the how and just want someone credible to tell you what you can do so you can fast track to that end point and finally walk the talk on a healthy eco home. Well, if that's you, you're in the right place. So if you're willing to learn about natural alternatives to commercial cleaning and pest control and beauty, and personal care products and everything else in the home, and are prepared to invest a little bit of extra time up front during the transition phase, then the Home Detox Bootcamp is for you. So basically, each module includes video and audio trainings, recorded slides, workbooks, and activity sheets, all housed in the Home Detox Bootcamp membership site, which you'll have your own. If you do invest and join, you'll have your own password to access it. This round kicks off on Tuesday, the 8th of March. So just that was about 3 weeks away. And once you invest, you'll get an introductory email and your first workbook. So just with a bit of a shopping list on what you do need to get started. So you've got, say if you join today, you've got a couple of weeks to pull those items together. And pretty much you should be able to find them all in your local pharmacy or local supermarket. But if you can't, I've got a Home Detox shop where I've got kits made up that you can purchase and have them sent to your house. So you've got everything on hand for when you start. All right, so just to sum it all up, the Home Detox Bootcamp contains 8 action-focused training modules to guide you towards achieving a toxin-free home. So all the ones we've already chatted about: healthy home, laundry love, kitchen blitz, the bathroom and the toilet, general home cleaning sorted, pest control confidence, personal care, and living chemical-free, the way for life. Plus all those extra support materials, so videos, training slides, workbooks, activity sheets, the membership site and Facebook community, it's an awesome little community there, and access to guest experts and myself, plus a recipe index and the bonus SOS stain guide. So Christian says, this course means so much. I can see a bright future for my family. If you're thinking about doing this course, just do it because you will not lose out. I can guarantee you will definitely gain so much. And Shelley from Pennsylvania, USA says, now I can feel comfortable about my kids crawling all over the floor and know that I'm doing all I can to keep them safe at home. I feel like I made a small investment in both time and money and reaped a huge reward that I can continue to refine as I have time and our needs change. Okay, so take action now. Head on over to homedetoxbootcamp.com. Once there, if you're keen to join up on this round, I'd love you to join me and my large and growing really positive community of home detoxers. And yeah, I'd just really love to have you on board. And I can't wait, to help you break up with toxins for good in your home and see you transform your life. Cool. So far I will come and have a look at your questions. And yeah, if you've got any questions at all on the Home Detox Bootcamp or just on the cleaners and products that we covered tonight, I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Oh, great, Joanne. Nice. Welcome. Welcome. So do we have any questions? So we've got Joanne from New Zealand. Yeah, it's interesting too, because we've actually had quite a lot of, it's not just Australians doing this course. We do have some Kiwis. So I think even this coming round, so far there's about 4 or 5 New Zealanders joined up. So that'll be great for you, Joanne, because you can connect with some friends over in New Zealand. And we've got some New Zealanders from past rounds too, not so much, but more this time. A lot of Americans, and this time too, I think we've already got about 5 people from the UK joining up as well. So it's great to see some people outside Australia coming into the Home Detox Bootcamp to give it more of an international flavour as well. All right, so Tess, so you're saying you feel relieved. That was when I asked, and Jenny saying more accomplished, how you would feel when you don't have to walk down that stinky laundry aisle anymore. I hate it. And that's one of the signs too, that you might need to break up with chemicals. If you can walk down that aisle at the moment and the smells don't get to you, you're used to those smells. Your body is used to those smells, which is a warning in itself. But if you're walking down that aisle, and I actually get a headache if I go down that laundry aisle, or just feel giddy just walking down it. So yeah, if you can break up with that aisle for good, it's a great feeling. And it's not just a laundry aisle. A lot of it is that personal care aisle as well. Wow, we are a quiet bunch tonight. Not many questions at all. Yeah, nice and quiet. That's totally okay. Looks like everyone's really busy at the moment, probably with all the kids getting back to school and settling into our routines for the year. I've just noticed a lot more people are watching the replay as opposed to coming on these calls live, which is a shame because I don't get to ask all the questions. All right, but are there any more questions or any questions at all? Oh, Joe's, yeah, so you'll say you'll feel amazing and super excited to clean healthy. Yeah, it's a really good feeling. And I like it too, because it means when I am, like I said, I do have young children, and when I am just cleaning, or even they're cleaning, like my 6-year-old starting to wipe down the table and stuff, that he can do it. And I know that he's not getting exposed to nasties as well. So if they're in and around me while I'm cleaning, or they're getting their hands in and helping, that yeah. Oh, Tess, no questions because I've answered them all. Gee, I might be giving away too much of my webinars. But no, that's good. I'm just happy to be able to help. Awesome. Well, if that's the case, I might wrap it up and just say thank you so much for giving up your evening, or whatever the time is where you're listening in today, and tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I've loved chatting to you and sharing my top 10 natural products that I have in my home detox toolkit. And yeah, so true about the kids cleaning. That's right, Tess. And yeah, I'd just love to see you in the home detox if you choose to join this round. Oh, just so you know, I do get asked a lot when I will next be running it. So some people, if they can't do this one, they ask when. I would love to run another one later in the year, but I will be upfront and just let you know I'm in the process. I'll be working on a new project that will be unveiled in about June, July. So depending on how I go with schedule to that, this might be the only time I run Home Detox Bootcamp this year. I would love to run another one around about September, but at this stage, I'm not too sure whether I'll be able to achieve that. But yeah, and just pretty much again, I know a lot of people have been emailing me saying that they're busy or they're going on holiday, or they're having another baby halfway through the course or things like that. And I just want to stress again, you have access for the lifetime of the course. So that's as long as I run it. So, and I'm not planning on closing it down for the near future. This is a long-term thing that I'll continue to grow and improve over time. So if you do join and life gets the better of you, and you get to week 3 and you have it mightn't be 3 or 4 or 5 weeks plus until you get to the next module, that's totally okay. You can come in at any time and catch up. There is no behind. Awesome, Jo. Yep, you've got your starter kit already. Yeah, I packed up quite a few of those starter kits today too, so getting them ready to go because my new bottles have just arrived, which is very exciting. Okay, yeah, Jo, I bet you can't wait. That's the thing, when people join up in the early bird period, you do have a couple of weeks to wait. But let me reassure you, it will be worth the wait. And I'll start to let you all into the Facebook community soon. I just didn't this first week because everyone gets so excited and asks all these questions, and I answer all the questions and I don't get my webinars done. So that's the reason why I'm just holding off, just waiting a little bit until I've got the capacity to let you all in and start chatting before the course starts. But anyway, thanks again. I'm going to call it a night, and yeah, I'll catch you next time, and hopefully I'll see you in the Home Detox Bootcamp. See you later.